This picket has been called by the campaign to free political prisoners in Iran and is supported by a number of organisations, including the Haldane Society of Socialist Lawyers. My name is Paul Heron. I'm on the executive committee of the Haldane Society. The reason why we are supporting this picket today is to protest about the abuse of political prisoners, and in particular on a day, the International Workers' Day, the 1st of May, we want to highlight the fact that Labour activists, socialists, trade unionists and communists lie in the prisons of Iran for doing nothing more than exercising their democratic right, their human right to protest about the worsening economic conditions in Iran, but most importantly against the human rights abuses, the abuses of workers' rights, the abuses of women's rights and gay and lesbian rights also. Today we've had a marvellous demonstration in the centre of London to celebrate International Workers' Day, supported by numerous solidarity organisations. But today this protest is to focus on the abuse of trade unionists, socialists, labour activists in Iran. We're going to start this protest with some speakers, hopefully when you've got all your voices together and a bit of chanting to let them know inside that we're out here, and obviously to let the people in this part of London, probably one of the more salubrious parts of London, that there are activists who are opposed to what is going on in Iran. The first speaker today is Shiva, who is one of the organisers of the campaign to free political prisoners in Iran. So a big round of applause for our first speaker, please.
It was actually 4 years ago when I was speaking to a little boy called Nima. He was on the phone. He's the son of one of the labor activists in Iran who is in jail. He was on the phone and asking me, please tell everyone to help my dad and his friend and release them from prison. After 4 years, Nima was diagnosed by cancer, blood cancer, while his father wasn't beside him. His father, Behnam Ebrahimzadeh, is a labor activist who has been in prison for 4 years. And just recently, he was given 9.5 years above the 5 years that been given already. Nima and his father are only one example. There are tens of labor activists in prison. In the last 2-3 days, there were protests in different cities in Iran. And there were tens of labor activists were arrested, and right now that I'm speaking to you, they are in prison. Some of them, no one knows where they are, what's going to happen to them. Some of them have been arrested for second or third time. So, to outside world, they talk to the people, they talk to the international communities, and they ask them to pressurize the regime. This demonstration is part of an international event that is happening in Sweden, North America, in Vancouver, in Toronto, in Ottawa, in Canada, and also in Norway. Join this international solidarity and ask them to support jailed workers in Iran. Because only us, not the governments, can make changes. And all together we can make a difference. We can force the Iranian regime to release all jailed workers in Iran. So as you see, the voice of people in Iran getting louder and louder. But that's not going to work alone. They need your help. They need the international solidarity. They need people, because humanity has no border.
No peace, no justice. No peace, no justice. No peace, no justice. No peace, no justice. No peace.
Workers in Iran.
Free jailed workers in Iran.
Free jailed workers in Iran.
Free jailed workers in Iran.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, Islamic regime must go. Hey, hey,
فاشیست رژیم
فاشیست رژیم
Islamic regime of Iran.
زندانی سیاسی آزاد باید گردد.
زندانی سیاسی آزاد باید گردد.
کارگر زندانی آزاد باید گردد.
کارگر زندانی آزاد باید گردد.
کارگر زندانی آزاد باید گردد.
No dictatorship stays forever. And the regime in Iran is not going to stay. And they're going to be one day when they open the prison to the world, and people in the world will see what happened to thousands and thousands of the people, to kids who've been tortured in prison, who've been raped in prison. And shame on the British government, on all the governments in the world, and the international community, that they close their eyes, and because of their interest, they have negotiation over their economical interest and the nuclear power. Shame on them.
Shame on them.
But we people around the world, we don't let them to silence them. We are their voice. So we ask all of you, I don't know if you can hear me, who lives on this road. You have to make a petition to kick them out. You have to ask them to shut down the Iranian embassy. Shut down the Iranian embassy.
Shut down the Iranian embassy.
Shut down center of terrorism.
Shut down center of terrorism.
Shut down Iranian embassy.
Shut down Iranian embassy.
Shut down center of terrorism.
Shut down center of terrorism.
در کنار دوستان هموطنان هستیم و امروز تظاهرات میکنیم روبروی خانه جاسوسی شکنجه و تجاوز جمهوری اسلامی و امیدواریم که روز بیاد که ما همه بتونیم به مملکتمون برگردیم، هموطنای کارگرمون از زندان‌ها بیرون بشن و خیلی امیدواریم که بتونیم مبارزه رو پیش ببریم. کارگران در ایران زیر فشار هستن، زیر فشار امنیتی. با فرارسیدن روز اول ماه می بیشترین کارگرها رو توی ایران بازداشت کردن، تو مکان نامعلوم منتقلشون کردن. زندانیان سیاسی رو در ایران شکنجه میکنن، اعدام میکنن. موج اعدام ها در ایران زیاد شده. فقط در 3 هفته گذشته بالغ بر 100 نفر رو در زندان های مختلف ایران اعدام کردن. تا زمانی که خون تو رگ دارم در مقابل جمهوری اسلامی میستم و متحدانه همراه با دوستانم فریاد میزنم: مرگ بر جمهوری اسلامی!
مرگ بر جمهوری اسلامی!
مرگ بر جمهوری اسلامی!
مرگ بر جمهوری اسلامی!
زندانی سیاسی آزاد باید گردد!
زندانی سیاسی آزاد باید گردد!
زندانی سیاسی آزاد باید گردد!
زندانی سیاسی سیاسی آزاد باید گردد.
کارگر زندانی آزاد باید گردد.
کارگر زندانی آزاد باید گردد.
داوید اسلامیک رژیم of Iran.
Down with the Islamic regime of Iran.
داوید اسلامیک رژیم of Iran.
Down with the Islamic regime of Iran.
Free all jailed workers in 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 Iran.
Free all political prisoners 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 in Iran.
Stop torture and stop murder in Iran.
Stop torture, stop murdering in Iran.
Stop torture and stop murder in Iran.
Stop torture, stop murdering in Iran.
Stop execution in Iran.
Stop execution in Iran.
Stop execution in Iran.
Stop execution in Iran.
Free all jailed workers in Iran.
Free all jailed workers in Iran.
Down with the Islamic regime of 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 Iran.
مرگ بر خامنه‌ای.
مرگ بر خامنه‌ای.
مرگ بر خامنه‌ای.
مرگ بر خامنه‌ای.
Shut down terror house.
Shut down terror house.
Shut down terror house.
Shut down terror house.